What's going on, YouTube? You know who it is. It's your boy Shrek, and we're back with another video, guys. So today we are working on a Kenworth. Yep, Kenworth. I believe it's a T680. Yes, it is. With the Paccar in it. We are doing the power steering pump, which is right there. This one right here. This is the truck we did go ahead and do the whole fuel system on. New fuel rail lines going to the injector tubes, new injectors. We did our new fuel filter module. I also did the common rail pumps, 2 of them. We did do the, I believe that's the low pressure fuel pump or low pump, something like that. Don't quote me on it, but we did replace that as well. And we did go ahead and do a new turbo on this one as well. Well, we fixed all that. Truck checks out good, engine is good, everything's working again. But when it was brought to us, it was towed here, and they didn't tell us that the power steering was out. Until now that we have it running and everything, we find out that the power steering is out. So we're going to go ahead and replace it. Unfortunately, I had already taken all that off, which would have been just 3 more bolts and I would have taken off the pump. But since we didn't know, we're here now. So let's get to it. All I'm going to do is remove these 2 fuel lines. And then we take off that pump. There's a little like spacer in between it, adapter. We do take that off, and then it's, I believe, 3 bolts for the power steering pump. Unfortunately, it's not 3. I can see there's one might be missing over there. Well, we'll take it off right now and I'll show you guys more. First, we did go ahead and remove these 2 fuel lines that go from the pump to the fuel filter module. Makes it easier. Removed them with a 22 mil ratcheting wrench. Sorry. Then gives us easier access to that pump, which is a couple Torx. I believe they were like a Torx 27. Let's see. Correct. Torx 27. And then those bigger ones are like Torx 40. So let's go ahead and get started on that as well now. And my apologies, I did say that the bolts holding it's 3 of them. Holding it were T27s, they are actually T30s. And when you remove this pump, be careful, it does have this little adapter in between the pump and that plate that we're going to remove right now. Which is, like I said, a couple more Torx, it's 3 more, I believe those are T40s. So let me get that off now. I did say originally that it was 3 bolts holding it. It's actually 4 bolts holding it. They are Torx 40. And then what you do have next is the power steering pump, which by the looks of it, it is 3 bolts. We'll go ahead and start taking it off and I will report back. This clip, right after I removed this from the pump. So it's the fuel pump that you remove, and then I believe I removed this after, and then I removed the power steering pump. Well, when we got the new one in, turns out you don't remove this part. This part is, or this adapter that I originally thought it was an adapter, is part of the fuel part of the power steering pump. So this adapter, which I originally thought you removed, you don't remove. It's part of the power steering pump. So just throwing this in there so we don't remove this. All we have to remove is the fuel pump, which is a low pump, I believe, and then it's the power steering. That's it. You don't remove the adapter, which was 4 Torx screws and they were T40s. So all you remove is the 2 bolts holding the pump down, which are 15 millimeter bolts, and on the fuel pump is just 3 bolts that are 30 mil. So just letting you guys know that. so we don't remove more than what we should. Now let's continue. Pump, as you can tell, it was just 2 bolts. Then we did have to actually loosen out the bottom line. It's a hard line. It is this one right here. So we had to loosen that up. And then we also had to cut, this is the original part. We did have to cut off the factory clamp that they put on there off of the reservoir. What I'm going to do now is just remove these fittings and send it in to get a new one. I believe this has a core, so we do have to send it in and get the new one right now. Then everything should just go back in reverse. Might be a little difficult to line up the fittings, but I'll take a picture just so I could kind of match them up before putting the pump in. That way we don't struggle putting them on. You do struggle sometimes lining them up once the pump's on because there's not that much space, as you can tell. So we try to line everything up beforehand. But that's it for here. I'm going to go over there to the truck that Jeroni's working on and help him out over there. We are doing a oil pan, the pickup tube, all that good jazz on a DD13, and we're also going to do a compressor, I believe, on it. So I'll go help him out. Not sure if I'm gonna record that. If I do, it'll be another video, but this is it for this until we get the new part. This is day 2 working on this Kenworth power steering pump. Finally came in. Let's unbox it and see what they sent us. So we can start installing everything back on, get this truck out. And then we are currently working on, oh, so it comes with the whole back of it as well. Perfect. So you don't have to take this off. Let me show you guys better. Oh, this is going to be way better and easier than I thought. So here's your power steering, straight from Kenworth. Comes with this plate that we took off actually, so that's going to be making things a lot easier. Goes just like this. We'll put a little bit of assembly lube around the o-ring, slide it in. We do have to put we had this adapter or fitting, and then we have our hose that goes on the bigger one. So we'll go ahead and get that started right now, and we'll be right back once we assemble it. I did take pictures, if you guys remember, just to be able to know how it goes exactly. I believe it goes something like this. Something like this. So, progress. We did go ahead and finish installing all that. By all that, I do mean the power steering pump and the fuel pump. We did go ahead and install our lines for the fuel filter module. Since we did go ahead and remove them, it did leak some fuel. We do have to go ahead and prime it. Possibly 40-50 pumps. On this side, we did go ahead and use some ATF. Topped it off. I'll go ahead and prime it, start it, and give you guys a kind of like a closing, I guess. Show you guys that it worked or didn't work. So let me go ahead and pump it. I'll be right back. So on, the truck is now on. We only pumped it about 10 times and it worked. I guess we didn't lose that much fuel, but as you can tell, power steering pump is working. We struggled so much to be able to put it here or to park the truck here. It was incredible. Give it a couple turns back and forth so the fluid circulates. Should be good on this one. We'll go check our ATF right now, top it off if it needs to. But for now, it looks like everything's good to go. Hopefully this video helps anyone at home in the process of doing a power steering pump by themselves, or anyone struggling with it, considering doing one by themselves. It wasn't that hard. It's not difficult. It's just removing, prep work, all that. But hopefully it helped you guys. And if you know anyone that is in the process of doing one, go ahead and share it with them. Hopefully it helps them. With that being said, don't forget to comment, share, subscribe, like, and like always, if you're at home, enjoy time with your family. If you're on the road, be safe. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.